Did you know that the creator of Telegram, Pavel Durov, is facing 20 years in prison? But this isn't just the story of an app. It's the story of a man who defied governments, lost everything, and built an empire of privacy. How did he get here? And what does his arrest mean for the future of Telegram? Stick around, because this is more intense than you think. Telegram isn't just a messaging app, it's a symbol of freedom and privacy in a world where governments and big corporations want to control everything. But behind this app lies a story full of intrigue, exile, and controversy. Today, I'm going to tell you how two Russian brothers created Telegram, how it became a refuge for millions, and why its founder, Pavel Durov, is now in the eye of the storm. Buckle up, because this is an emotional roller coaster. Picture this: a young Russian who, as a kid, hacked his school's computers to mock his teachers. That's how it all began. Pavel Durov was born on October 10, 1984, in Leningrad, now known as St. Petersburg. From a young age, he showed a fascination with technology and programming. His older brother, Nikolai Durov, was a math and cryptography prodigy, and together they formed an unstoppable team. Their bond wasn't just familial, it was a partnership of brilliance and ambition. In school, Pavel wasn't your typical obedient student. It's said that once he changed the startup screen of every computer in the school to display messages mocking his teachers. This act of rebellion was just the beginning of a life filled with challenges to authority. He wasn't just a troublemaker, he was a visionary who saw the potential of technology to disrupt the status quo. After finishing school, Pavel studied philology at St. Petersburg State University, but his true passion was always technology. In 2006, at just 22 years old, he founded VKontakte, VK, a social network that quickly surpassed Facebook in Russia. VK offered innovative features, like the ability to download music and videos for free, which made it wildly popular. It wasn't just a platform, it was a cultural phenomenon. But VK's success caught the attention of the Russian government. During the protests against Vladimir Putin in 2011 and 2012, authorities demanded that Durov shut down pages of political opponents. Pavel refused, and his resistance made him a symbol of free speech. He wasn't just a tech entrepreneur, he was a defender of liberty. On one occasion, the police came to his home, but he refused to open the door and posted a photo of a dog sticking out its tongue on his social media as a mockery. However, the pressure kept mounting, and in 2013, the Russian government forced him to sell his stake in VK. Pavel lost control of his own company and fled Russia, never looking back. It was a devastating blow, but it set the stage for his next act. He lost his company, his country, and had to go into exile. But this wasn't the end. It was the beginning of something much bigger: Telegram. What would you do if the government forced you to spy on your users? Pavel Durov decided to create an app that was impossible to control. After losing VK, Pavel and his brother Nikolai went into exile and began working on a new project. They had learned a valuable lesson. Social networks could be controlled, but private messaging was the future. They wanted to create something that couldn't be censored, monitored, or shut down. In 2013, they founded Telegram, an app designed to be fast, secure, and free from surveillance. Nikolai, the math genius, designed the empty proto-encryption system, making messages nearly impossible to intercept. Meanwhile, Pavel funded the project with the fortune he still had from VK. It wasn't just an app, it was a mission to protect privacy in a world that was increasingly hostile to it. Telegram launched at a critical time, just as many users were starting to worry about online privacy. With innovative features like self-destructing messages, public channels, and groups of up to 200 people, Telegram stood out from WhatsApp. It wasn't just a competitor, it was a revolution. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. From the start, Telegram faced opposition from governments trying to control the platform. In 2016, for example, Russia attempted to block the app, but users found ways to bypass the censorship. Pavel Durov always maintained that Telegram was a tool for freedom, not crime. He wasn't just building a company, he was fighting a war for digital rights. Telegram grew amid controversy, becoming a double-edged sword, a symbol of freedom, but also a haven for illegal activities. In 2021, WhatsApp made a mistake that changed everything. The result? 25 million new users for Telegram in just 3 days. Telegram's growth was slow at first, but in 2014, when Facebook bought WhatsApp for $19 billion, many users started looking for alternatives. Concerns about privacy grew, and Telegram positioned itself as the safer option. It wasn't just an app, it was a movement. However, the real turning point came in 2021, when WhatsApp announced a change to its privacy policy. On January 6, 2021, WhatsApp notified users that it would start sharing more data with Facebook. This triggered a mass exodus to Telegram and Signal. People weren't just switching apps, they were reclaiming their privacy. In just 3 days, Telegram gained over 25 million new users, becoming the most downloaded app in 20 countries. Pavel Durov seized the moment to criticize WhatsApp, calling it an insecure app that put users' privacy at risk. He wasn't just a CEO, he was a voice for the people. Another key moment came in February 2022, when the war between Russia and Ukraine began. Telegram became a crucial tool for sharing real-time information, both for journalists and citizens trying to avoid censorship. It wasn't just a platform, it was a lifeline. From there, Telegram solidified its position as the main alternative to WhatsApp, with over 800 million monthly active users. But its extreme privacy model also brought problems. It wasn't just a success, it was a responsibility. Telegram became unstoppable, but its success also attracted more legal troubles, and now Pavel Durov is paying the price. What happens when privacy becomes a double-edged sword? Telegram found out the hard way. From its inception, Telegram was designed to be a tool for privacy and freedom. However, that same privacy has been exploited by criminal groups, extremists, and other illegal actors. It wasn't just a platform, it was a battleground. One of the most shocking cases was the use of Telegram by terrorist groups like ISIS. In 2016, it was discovered that these groups used the app to coordinate attacks and spread propaganda. Telegram responded by shutting down 78 ISIS-related channels, but the groups kept reappearing under new names. It wasn't just a challenge, it was a crisis. Another serious problem has been the illegal sale of drugs and weapons. In several countries, traffickers have used Telegram to operate more openly than on the dark web. The app became a black market where anyone with a phone could buy illegal substances or forged documents. It wasn't just a tool, it was a marketplace for crime. Additionally, Telegram has been criticized for allowing the spread of private content and leaks. Channels dedicated to sharing stolen personal data, intimate photos, and illegal material have sparked a major debate about the limits of privacy. It wasn't just a controversy, it was a moral dilemma. And let's not forget the issue of fake news. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Telegram became a haven for false news, conspiracy theories, and vaccine misinformation. Unlike other platforms, Telegram doesn't have strict content moderation, allowing these issues to spread rapidly. It wasn't just a problem, it was a pandemic of misinformation. Telegram became a symbol of freedom, but also a refuge for dark activities, and this only increased the pressure on Pavel Durov. In August 2024, the world stood still. Pavel Durov was arrested in France. Why? Let me tell you. On August 24, 2024, Pavel Durov was arrested at Le Bourget airport in France. French authorities accused him of not taking sufficient action against illegal activities on Telegram, including drug trafficking, crimes against minors, and fraud. It wasn't just an arrest, it was a global shock. The arrest sparked international controversy. Figures like Elon Musk and Edward Snowden criticized France, calling it an attack on digital privacy. On the other hand, authorities insisted that Telegram wasn't complying with European regulations. It wasn't just a legal battle, it was a clash of ideologies. Durov was released after posting a €5 million bail, but he faces 12 criminal charges and could be sentenced to up to 20 years in prison. The future of Telegram is at stake, and many wonder if the app can survive without its founder at the helm. It isn't just a trial, it's a turning point. The future of Telegram hangs in the balance, and with it, the dream of a free and secure internet. Pavel Durov went from being a rebellious young man in Russia to creating one of the most influential apps in the world. But his fight for privacy led him to a crossroads. Is Telegram a tool for freedom or a haven for crime? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, don't miss the one about Starbucks, a company that revolutionized coffee and became a global empire. Click here to watch it. And if you want more stories like this, subscribe and hit the bell. See you in the next video.